The COVID-19 pandemic drastically altered the role of the private sector in sustainability. Before the pandemic, many companies approached sustainability as an optional or secondary initiative. However, the global crisis highlighted the importance of building resilient and adaptable business models. Businesses quickly realized that they needed to focus not only on short term profits, but also on long term sustainability to remain competitive. The pandemic accelerated the shift towards a digital transformation, with industries like retail moving rapidly into e commerce. This shift has reduced waste in some sectors but also highlighted the new sustainability challenges, such as the environmental impact of increased packaging. Moreover, the pandemic has shown the importance of resilient supply chains that are both environmentally sustainable and flexible enough to withstand future shocks. The private sector has now moved from viewing sustainability as a nice to have to understanding that it is essential for long term survival. This shift includes a renewed focus on social sustainability as businesses increasingly recognize the need to protect employees, promote social equity, and contribute to the well being of the communities in which they operate. As the world recovers from the impacts of COVID 19, the private sector must play a critical role in ensuring a sustainable and equitable recovery. Businesses have the power to lead the transition to a green economy, especially in sectors such as energy, manufacturing, and agriculture. They can do this by investing in clean technologies and renewable energy sources, which not only reduces carbon footprints, but also create jobs and stimulate economic growth. Furthermore, businesses must take the opportunity to rebuild supply chains in a more sustainable and resilient way. The disruptions caused by the pandemic exposed vulnerabilities in global supply chains, from food production to healthcare. By integrating sustainability into supply chain management, companies can ensure greater flexibility and reduce their environmental impact. Finally, businesses should focus on creating inclusive growth. This means ensuring that economic recovery efforts benefit everyone, particularly marginalized communities that were disproportionately affected by the pandemic. By aligning their recovery strategies with the SDGs, businesses can help build a more just and sustainable future. Several global movements have emerged in the wake of COVID 19, pushing businesses to adopt more sustainable practices. One such initiative is the US Build Back Better plan, which aims to create millions of jobs by investing in green infrastructure and clean energy projects. This initiative recognizes the economic recovery must be tied to long term sustainability, as it seeks to reduce the country's carbon emissions while modernizing its infrastructure. In Europe, the EU Green Deal is leading the charge for sustainability. This comprehensive plan aims to make Europe the world's first climate neutral continent by 2050. It focuses on sectors like energy, transportation, and agriculture, encouraging companies to adopt sustainable technologies and reduce their environmental impact. The EU is also providing financial incentives to businesses that transition to greener operations, making it easier for companies to access funding for sustainability projects. Saudi Arabia's Green Initiative, as part of Vision 2030, is also a significant movement. This initiative seeks to increase reliance on clean energy and reduce the country's emissions by planting millions and millions of trees and promoting carbon capture technologies. These global movements are clear indicators that sustainable practices are no longer optional, but are becoming integral to the business success in the post COVID 19 era. The Great Reset, an initiative launched by the World Economic Forum, calls for a fundamental rethinking of how businesses and governments operate in the post pandemic world. The pandemic has exposed the weakness in our economic and social systems, and the Great Reset advocates for a new social contract that prioritizes human dignity, social equity, and environmental sustainability. The Great Reset emphasizes that businesses must shift from focusing solely on profit maximization to creating value for all stakeholders. This means not only delivering financial returns to stakeholders, but also contributing positively to society and the environment. For businesses, this involves embedding sustainability into their core strategies and ensuring that their operations are aligned with the long term goals, such as the SDGs. The initiative also encourages collaboration between the public and private sectors to address global challenges like climate change, inequality, and technological disruption. By embracing the principles of Great Reset, businesses can help create a more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable global economy. This is not just about bouncing back from the pandemic, it's about building a better world that is fair, more sustainable, and prepared for future challenges. The Great Reset is already being put into practice through concrete actions and partnerships. Over 700 businesses have joined forces to address challenges like climate change and economic inequality. These partnerships are focusing on creating sustainable business models that balance financial returns with social and environmental goals. In addition, innovative platforms have emerged to support SDG related projects by connecting investors with businesses and crowdsourcing funding. These initiatives highlight how businesses are taking the lead in shaping more inclusive and sustainable future where profitability goes hand in hand with purpose. This isn't just a reset. It is an evolution of how we approach business in a rapidly changing world. To thrive in the post pandemic world, businesses must take a strategic approach to adjusting their models. This involves documenting and assessing their current model to understand the value they offer and how customer needs have evolved during and after the pandemic. Next, companies need to evaluate whether their existing model is still viable or if changes are required to meet shifting demands. Developing a post COVID 19 roadmap is critical. This roadmap should include timelines, key accountabilities measures, and a plan to ensure resilience in the future disruptions. Companies must also revisit their mission and purpose to align with the new market realities. It's important to focus on pandemic specific policies like internal communication strategies and remote work models that can help ensure smoother operations if new challenges arise. Flexibility is key in adapting to the ongoing changes in the business environment. So, in 7 key steps, we can be preparing a business model for the post pandemic world as follows. First, thoroughly document your current business model. This will help you to understand your value proposition and how it fits into the new landscape. Then, consider future scenarios. What disruptions could arise again? And how can your business be ready? Look for new opportunities that have emerged, whether through digital transformation, changing customer needs, or market caps. Analyze the impact of these changes and assess how your business will respond. With that information, build a roadmap that outlines the key actions, milestones, and timelines. Make sure to update your entire business ecosystem, aligning your operations, suppliers, and customers to work together in the new environment. Finally, develop a post COVID vision that focuses on long term resilience and sustainability. This approach will ensure that your business is not just reactive but also proactive in facing future challenges. To effectively document your business model, start by breaking it down into its core components. This includes identifying what value your business offers to customers. This is your value proposition. Next, define who your target customer segments are. Then clarify how your business delivers value by outlining the key processes and resources that drive your operations. Finally, understand why your business generates revenue. This involves detailing your revenue streams and cost structure. Documenting these elements provide a clear overview of how your business functions and creates value. New business models are emerging in the post-COVID landscape, many of which are driven by sustainability and innovation. Take the example of Go My Way, a Nigerian carpooling app that allows users to share rides, optimizing resources use and reducing emissions. This model is particularly valuable in regions with limited public transportation options, addressing both environmental and mobility challenges. Another innovative model is Nissan and Enel's vehicle to grid initiative. This system allows electric vehicles owners to sell stored energy back to the grid during peak hours, creating a two-way energy system that enhances grid stability while promoting the use of renewable energy. It's a win-win for both consumers and energy providers. In Rwanda, the Safe Motos platform is another example of a post-pandemic business model that enhances urban transportation safety by tracking motorbike taxi drivers' behavior in real time. By leveraging data and technology, Safe Motors improves safety standards and efficiency, showing how tech-driven solutions can address specific social needs. It is worth now to take a few minutes and have a conversation. Entrepreneurship is a driving force behind innovation, economic growth, and job creation. Entrepreneurs identify market gaps and create solutions, often introducing disruptive innovations that challenge traditional business models. They are key players in adopting green technologies and fostering sustainable development, with many startups focusing on renewable energy, waste reduction, and other eco-friendly solutions. Additionally, entrepreneurship encourages social responsibility, as many ventures are designed not only to generate profits but also to address pressing social issues such as employment inequality or access to essential services. By promoting entrepreneurship, we can unlock the potential for inclusive growth and create new opportunities across various sectors, including technology, healthcare, and education. Supporting entrepreneurs also leads to the diversification of economies, making them more resilient to external shocks. Sustainability is driven by both demand side and supply side factors. On the demand side, consumers are increasingly seeking sustainable products and services. This shift is being fueled by rising awareness of climate change as well as growing demand for eco friendly products. Companies that can raise awareness and educate consumers on the benefits of sustainable products are better positioned to capture this growing market. On the supply side, businesses must align their operations and supply chains with sustainability goals. This involves adopting resource efficient practices, reducing waste, and ensuring that their suppliers are follow responsible sourcing guidelines. By focusing on both the demand for sustainable products and the supply side improvements, businesses can create a holistic approach to sustainability that benefits both their bottom line and the environment. Companies have the power to shape consumer behavior through sustainability initiatives. For example, BMW's traffic safety education program teaches road safety to children in China, raising awareness about responsible behavior on the road. Similarly, Adidas is promoting a circular economy with its Infinite Play service in the UK, where customers can exchange used Adidas products for gift cards or loyalty points. This incentivizes consumers to recycle instead of discarding their products. Another impactful example is Patagonia, which encourages consumers to buy less by running ads that say, "Don't buy this jacket," urging people to only purchase what they need. Additionally, Patagonia offers a repair program for its products to reduce waste and extend product life cycles. These companies demonstrate how consumer behaviors can be shifted towards sustainability through creative and responsible business strategies. Supply chains have a significant impact on sustainability. By creating a sustainable supply chain, businesses can influence various environmental, social, economic, and legal aspects. This can be achieved through responsible sourcing, ensuring worker safety, and adopting green operations and logistics best practices. With the rise of digital supply chains and visibility tools, companies can now gather data on how each component of their supply chain performs in terms of corporate social responsibility. This promotes transparency, responsible sourcing, and encourages supply chain partners to align with sustainability goals. Some companies are leading the way in improving supply side sustainability. For example, Lego launched the Engage to Reduce program, which helps suppliers to reduce their carbon footprint through cooperative dialogue. Maersk has reviewed its 2,000 suppliers and signed 1,500 of them up for its responsible procurement program, ensuring ethical and sustainable supply chain practices. Similarly, Johnson & Johnson participates in the Carbon Disclosure Project CDP supply chain program, which encourages suppliers to measure and publicly report their energy use and greenhouse gas emissions. These companies, among other companies, illustrate how engaging suppliers and improving the sustainability of supply chain can have significant positive impacts on both the environment and business performance. Before going into the next section, it is worth having now a conversation. It's essential for businesses to monitor and evaluate their contribution to the Sustainable Development Agenda. However, many companies fall short, with 56% failing to measure their contribution to the SDGs and fewer than 10% using targets to assess their impact. Companies often cherry pick which SDGs to focus on, with more emphasis placed on climate action and decent work, while areas like poverty reduction or gender equality receives less attention. Businesses also face challenges in quantifying certain contributions, such as those related to social goals like reduced inequalities. While it's easier to measure a negative or positive impact of a solar company or another company onto the SDGs, more complex SDGs require a more holistic approach to measuring progress. Several tools are available to help businesses quantify their contributions to the SDGs. For example, the SDG Compass indicator inventory maps existing business indicators against the SDGs. Unistad has developed a tool to harmonize sustainability reporting and incorporate the private sector's SDGs contributions into national reviews. They focus on 33 core indicators covering economic, environmental, institutional, and social areas. Additionally, the Global Reporting Initiative GRI standards enable organizations to be transparent about their sustainability impacts. These tools help businesses align their practices with global goals and improve accountability. The Global Reporting Initiative GRI standards are widely recognized framework for companies to report on their sustainability impacts. These standards enable organizations to be transparent about their economic, environmental, and social performance. By using GRI, businesses can ensure their sustainability reports are credible and comparable, providing stakeholders with clear insights into their operations. GRI also helps companies track progress towards sustainability goals, identifying areas where improving can be made as well. It's a key tool among other standards for enhancing accountability and transparency in corporate sustainability efforts. GRI standards and other reporting standards are a powerful way to link business practices directly to the SDGs. By reporting under GRI or other reporting standards, companies can map their sustainability performance against specific SDG targets, providing structured way to assess how they are contributing to global goals. For example, if a business is reducing its carbon emissions, GRI standards help link that efforts to SDG 13, climate action. This alignment makes it easier for companies to quantify their impact, set measurable targets, and ensure their sustainability initiatives are advancing the SDGs. In this module, we've explored the vital role of the private sector in advancing the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. We looked at both the challenges and the opportunities businesses face in contributing to these global objectives, from entrepreneurship driving innovation to companies influencing consumer behavior. We've seen how businesses can adopt sustainable practices through their supply chains and operations. We also covered some of the standards, such as GRI standards, which help companies track and report their progress towards the SDGs. Going forward, businesses must continue to innovate, partner with governments, and integrate sustainability into their core strategies. The pandemic has underscored the need for resilience, and now it is time to ensure that business models are prepared for future challenges while aligning with global sustainability efforts. By adopting the right strategies, businesses can drive progress not just for profit, but also for the planet and the people. Remember, sustainability isn't a buzzword, it's the future of business.